Good morning and welcome to your market updates. I'm glad you're all here. Welcome. So we're going to get started right now on the markets. Now, there's an awful lot going on, an awful lot happening. What we're going to do is we're going to start the charts right here. Now, we're going to go to the Bitcoin price. Now, this is a little bit different chart than I normally use. This is Bitcom chart, Bitcoin.com. And what we're seeing here is Bitcoin at 93.37, and she's been dropping. It looks to me like, now remember I said that Bitcoin could go in two directions. I give it a 40% chance of going down, a 60% chance of going up. It looks to me like she's taking the downward slide. Now, I said that if she drops down to $8,000, which right now it's dropped from 10,500 to 9,300, so it's not too far of a stretch of the imagination to think that she could drop. What could actually happen? Let me just go to Bitcoin Wisdom real quick here for a second. Go to Bitstamp. Why is it making that awful beeping sound? How do I get that to stop? Beep, 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 beep. Go drive me crazy. I hear it in my headphones. Beep, 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 beep. Anyway, look. She's on her way down. Let's go to the 1 minute, see what it's doing. Yeah, she's been working her way down all morning here. 15 minute. Yeah, dropping. So, it's the same thing. We'll go off of there. I don't like that beeping. I don't know why it's doing that or how to stop it. So we go on this side here. What we're seeing is we're seeing fallen market. Bitcoin's the biggest mover today. If this drops below, like I said, if this drops down to $8,000, then we could get a sudden move down to 6,000. I think it'll find a bottom somewhere around 6,000 bucks. That's what I'm thinking if it does that. And I think it'll put in a bottom. This is not the end for cryptocurrency if this happens. Cryptocurrency is not going away. It's a new technology, and it's going to gain ground. Eventually, it's going to start to win dominance out over the fiat monetary system. It's just a matter of time. So hang on to your hats if we get these kind of drops that happen. You know what I mean? Look at it as a buying opportunity if it gets too low. Because a lot of you guys, you thought, hey, you know, I missed out. You know, I missed the boat on this stuff. You haven't missed the boat on this stuff. This stuff is still only in the beginning stages. It hasn't gone into mass adoption or anything yet, you know. And so there's massive amounts of money to be made in cryptos yet. Probably the biggest money that's going to be made in cryptos has not been made yet. That's the thing. So don't get discouraged if you've dabbled in cryptos and you're seeing what's happening here and you're starting to listen to this this camp over there. There's a big camp over there. It says that these things are going to die and we're going to be gone and no more crypto. No, crypto's here to stay, but it's going to go through these awful price fluctuations, and this is probably how you can make your money. I mean, on this stuff. Is these wild price fluctuations as it's slowly being adopted by the masses, ever so slowly. Most of the masses still don't know what in the heck it is yet. So now let's move on here to the cryptocurrency market capitalizations. Obviously, everything is in the red down. Let me see if I can find. There's a few coins. Steam's up a little bit. Zcash up just a tad. Most everything's down though. Most everything's in the red. Don't worry about it too much. The market capitalizations has fell below 500 billion, 477 million right now. So let's move on to other markets and other things. Let's move on to the Dow Jones Industrial Average. It's only down 4 points today. It's stumbling along because the bond market is basically frozen too. These are like the two frozen markets right now. Just in the past day or so. The Dow Jones, you see when it reached the bottom here, right? Where is it right now? Same spot. It went through a little uppity and then back down to the same spot. So it's basically a frozen. It's frozen in that position right now, just for the time being. And so is the bond market. Once we get to it, first I'm going to do oil. Say oil, $65.30. So oil has actually moved up a little bit. You can see it was down here around 64.80, and it's moved up to 65.30. You know, it's this upward move right in here with oil. You know, so now the silver price. Let's narrow the charts in a little bit so we can take a better look at it. Bring the chart down and narrow it in. It's very range bound, as you can see, and it's right in the middle of its range. The middle of its range is right in here around 1720 right now, and we can see it's running 1715. It's down 16 cents on the day, but it's meandered down, but it's range bound. It's in the middle of its range, so it hasn't really went anywhere for the longest time. We've been watching prices in between, say, 17.25 and 16.8, but it seems like it's been staying in the 17s more lately, the last few weeks. Bonds and rates. The U.S. 10-year. That's the one we have to watch. Okay, 2.735. So I think that's a high. I think that's a new high. We're going to take a look at it closely here. U.S. 10-year. And this is what we really got to keep our eye on, is this U.S. 10-year. Let's just take a look. I don't know if the charts are keeping up here on these charts. Yeah, the charts are keeping up. And it looks like a new high, 2.7. 2.737. No, it's 2.737. I think that's the highest yet. I'm not sure, but I think it's the highest yet. Let me just go back for 5 days. Yeah, see? That looks like the highest yet. No, wait. Well, it peaked up over here. It peaked up at 2.75. That was the highest. But you can see overall, if you look at the last 5 days, you can see an overall trend upwards, right? And that trend has not stopped. If you look at it right now, you can see from this bottom right here going up. It's on its way up, and it's trending upwards still, even today. So the trend is continuing upwards. If you put it into a 1 month, it looks even steeper. 3 months, it looks even steeper. 6 months, it looks even steeper. And if you put it into the 1 year, you can see where it all started, right here. 9th, 7th, 2017, just into September. Between September and October, that's where it started. And it went along at first it was kind of going along level. If you see, during October, November, and December, it wasn't much appreciable change, but it was moving upwards, but it was very, very slow. It's so slow you couldn't even hardly notice it. And then all of a sudden, and as soon as we hit 2018, bing, there she goes. You know, and doesn't that match the cover of the Economist magazine from 1988, where it said 2018 would be the year of the rising phoenix, the year of the rising new system, and the new world order? Isn't that it? Isn't that it right there? Doesn't it coincide with it? So, U.S. dollar index. This is the last chart I haven't went to today, haven't talked about. Here we go. The dollar index is 88.99. So it's still staying under 90. Let's see. We got in 1 day right now. Let's put it on 5 days. 5 day. And we can just see it's been floating along around the same for the last 5 days. If we put it on 1 month, let's see what we got. Yeah, downward trend. I don't know how much longer this is going to continue. This downward trend in the dollar. I tend to think that there's going to be 4 asset classes that they run to when the chaos hits in the markets. And I think the chaos is going to hit very, very soon. And I think that the asset classes are going to be gold, silver, U.S. dollar, and they're going to run to the they're not going to run to cryptocurrencies. Gold, silver, U.S. dollar, and oil. It will be the final asset they run to. Oil prices are going to go up. The dollar is going to go up, back up again, and gold and silver is going to be a really good recipient of all of this. Now, here's where it gets tricky, is at a certain point, the world's central banks are going to react to this. It's going to create a crisis. This is going to happen really fast. I think we're right on the edge of this happening. Within the next few months, this is going to happen, what I'm talking about right now. Probably before the third quarter of this year, before it gets cold out again. This is probably all going to happen before it gets cold out again. Before we get to Christmas season of next year, of 2019. Before 2019, this is all going to happen this year. What we're going to see is we're going to see a crisis start, a deflationary crisis. And at a certain point, they're going to react to it. But during this deflationary crisis, there's going to be four things going to go up. Gold, silver, the dollar, and oil is going to go up in price. Everything else is going to go down. Everything. Cryptocurrency is going to go down. The stock market's going to go down. Bond prices, yields are going to rise on bond prices, which they already are doing. And this is one of the reasons why the dollar is going to be favorable. Because of bond yields, prices rising. Look, you can start to make money on your dollars. You know? I mean, we haven't seen that in a long time where you can actually save dollars and actually have interest. So you'll be able to make interest. But here's the thing. All of this is going to be too good to be true for people who are invested in the dollar. Going to see the dollar start to go back up again. Going to see interest on your bank account. It's all too good to be true. But it isn't going to last long, boys, because at a certain point, it's actually going to grind the economy to a stop. It's going to cause an awful lot of problems for banks and stuff. What's going to happen then is the crisis is going to call for something to fix it. The Fed's going to step in to fix it. And when they step in to fix it, you know what happens when they fix anything? They ruin it. You know how the Fed would fix a car engine? They would pour sugar in the gas tank. That would be their idea of fixing a car. You know, anything that they touch, they ruin. So they're going to pour liquidity into the system, and they're going to destroy the value of the dollar. That's what they're going to do. And so when they do that, then you're really going to see rocket fuel for gold and silver. But then the dollar's going to go down. The dollar's going to go down fast. It's going to go down hard at that point. And so it's a trap. This is a trap. You're going to get trapped in dollars at that point. So I say not to invest in too much dollars. The dollars that you do invest in cash and keep it in your own possession. That way, if your bank closes its doors on you during the deflationary spike event, if you're one of the banks that the bank goes under and they decide to shut the doors and lock you out, you'll have it in cash, $5 bills. That's the way to go because they're easiest to spend, and they're very what's the word? Innocuous? Is that the word I'm looking for? Anyway, so we've covered all the markets here right now. Listen, thank you guys for listening. Like and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next show. Bye.